Hi, I'm Sarah from Mum&Mia. Welcome to your beginners core hits challenge. Okay, so today we have got a core challenge for you. So we've got 30-30, but we're doing core focused exercises today. So we're going to do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. When you hear the first buzzer, that's when we get our first rest period, and I will tell you what's coming up in the next exercise. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so our first exercise today is going to be a side plank. So any sort of plank really does work the core really well. We're starting with our side plank today, and this is great for the waist as well, so we can really start pulling in the waist. So we're just going to lie, making sure that we're in a nice straight line, and our bottom leg is at a right angle underneath us. And we're just going to lift the hips up off the floor. Again, just checking your alignment, make sure you're in a nice straight line, squeezing in the tummy, squeezing in the glutes, so squeezing the bottom as well, and we're going to hold it there. 30 seconds, off we go. So we're lifting up, really concentrate on squeezing in that core muscle. Now if you want to work a bit harder, you can lift your hand up and just look towards the fingers there. But if you want to leave your hand here, that's absolutely fine as well. We're halfway through now. So really concentrate, really squeeze those core muscles. This is really working that waist and the bum and everything. You can feel it all. Last few seconds. Well done, and take a rest. Okay, so next move is bird dog. So we're going to start off on all fours. Now if you don't know what a bird dog is, if you've not seen any of the other videos, we're squeezing the tummy muscles in nice and tight. So we're engaging the core, squeezing that navel in towards the spine, but we're keeping the back nice and straight. Now with the bird dog, we extend opposite arm to leg. So you're squeezing the bottom, bringing it back down. And this is a great exercise for the back and the tummy and the bottom as well. Off we go. So we're opposite arm to leg, hold it for a couple of seconds, and then we bring it back down to center. And again, we concentrate on keeping that balance centered, and that's where the core work comes in. So let's try it on the other side. This is an excellent exercise, really works those deep abdominal muscles. Squeezing that tummy in, and those transverse abdominal muscles, which are really deep inside the tummy, acts like a corset to your tummy and really help pull the tummy in. Okay, so we're going into our bridges then. So we're lying on our backs this time. So feet flat on the floor, finding a neutral spine. So you're not arching your back, you're not really pushing it into the floor. So you just find a nice comfortable position where your back feels supported. And then what we're going to do is the palms flat on the floor. We're going to push with our feet, lift the hips up towards the ceiling, and really squeeze the bottom in at the top and bring it back down. Okay, so we're going to lift, squeeze, and back down. Now as you feel comfortable with the move, so you're squeezing at the top, you can start to get a little bit faster and just try and get in as many as you can in the 30 seconds. So we're squeezing the tummy, squeezing the bottom as we come up to the top. So as the hips push up to the ceiling, we squeeze the bottom. We've got 5 seconds to go. Whew, great exercise. Last few, and take a rest. Okay, so catch your breath if you need to. Okay, so we're going into our boat position then. So sitting down on the mat, so we're going to start with a nice straight back. And we're just going to take it down to a boat sort of position really. So where it's sort of a pivot really on your bottom, where you feel like you could lift your feet if you wanted to. So no pressure on your back, we're not rounding the back, nice and straight. You feel tension in your tummy, so hold it nice and tight. And we're just gonna bounce the arms. Now if this does hurt your back at all, don't do it. So just really try and keep that back nice and straight. Now, if you can, and if you want to, you can try lifting one foot off the floor. Just makes it a little bit harder. But if you want to keep it down, that's absolutely fine. You really make sure you're squeezing that core, squeezing that tummy in, and let's take it down. Just round off the back, give that back a nice stretch. Okay, so now we have bicycles. So lying on the back, again finding that nice and neutral spine position, so you're not really pushing it into the floor, you're not arching it up, it's just a nice neutral position. You probably could just slip your fingers underneath. And we're going to take the hands to the head, and we're just going to bring one knee up, and we're going to take the elbow up to meet it. So the opposite elbow goes to the knee. So take it up and down. I want you to really concentrate on squeezing that tummy in. When you're coming up to that crunch, squeezing the tummy. Excellent, well done. You're going to feel this in that core tomorrow. Now when you feel ready and you've improved your fitness a little bit, you can start to lift both feet off the floor and do bicycles that way. But for now we're going to keep it here. And this is a great exercise, it's still working those core muscles really well. Alright, so there are 5 exercises. I'm going to go through them all again. So this time we're going back to that side plank. So this time we're going to do it on the opposite side. So try and remember what side you did it on before. And we're going to go to a nice straight line. So checking your alignment, making sure you're nice and straight. That underneath knee is on the floor and it's at a right angle. And we're going to lift up the hips when the buzzer goes, and we're going to hold it for the 30 seconds. Off we go. So as I said before, we're squeezing in the tummy here, we're squeezing in the bottom, everything's nice and tight. Now if you want to work a bit harder, we can lift up the hand, looking towards the fingers, but still really thinking about and concentrating on holding that core in nice and tight. You can feel this working pretty much every muscle in your body, and it's really cinching in that waist. So we're going to hold it here, and let's take it down. Okay, let's go into our bird dogs then. So back up onto all fours. So again, pulling the navel in towards the spine and holding it there as you continue to breathe normally. And if we're extending opposite arm to leg, we're holding it for a couple of seconds, taking it back down to the center, and then the same on the other side, and we continue to do that throughout the exercise. We've got a few seconds before we start to get into position, and off we go. A nice extension and bringing it back to the center. Again, concentrating on really holding that balance in the center, and you're not sort of going off to the side. And this is where that core work really comes in. So to stay balanced, well, anything that makes you balanced really does work the core, because it's those core stabilizing muscles that actually make you balance. And bring it down, excellent. Okay, we're going into our bridges then. So that lying on the floor, nice little rest this one before we start again. Oh, nice deep breath. Okay, so feet flat on the floor. We're going to place the hands down, and we're going to be pushing the hips up towards the ceiling, squeezing the bottom in, squeezing the tummy while we're up there, and back down. Again, we can do them as fast or as slow as you want to, but really do try and get in as many as you can in those 30 seconds. So you're really squeezing that bottom when you come up, and you'll feel this in your tummy here and in your bottom. It's working the legs as well. Excellent exercise. So we're pushing, we've got 10 seconds to go. Whew, you're almost there, come on, we can do it. And then you are done for the day, and you're gonna feel good. And take a rest. Okay then. So where are we? We have boats then. Next, so we're going back down onto the mat, sitting on the bottom, feet flat on the floor. And we're just going to take it down into that boat pose. So we take the hands out to the front, keeping the back nice and straight. We take it down to a place that you feel starts to pull and add tension on your tummy. And we hold it here for the 30 seconds, and we're going to bounce the hands. So we're holding it whereas you feel that tension, keeping that back nice and straight as we bounce the arms. Again, if you do feel like you want to work that a little bit harder, you can lift one foot up off the floor. That just adds that little bit more work into that core there. You can feel it straight away. You can swap feet if you want to halfway, it's absolutely fine. And we've got one more exercise after this. Whew. You should start to be feeling warm now. Okay, so we've got bicycles then. So we're going to be lying down. Hands are coming behind the head, feet flat on the floor, and this is one where we're really squeezing that tummy in, engaging those core muscles, so zipping up through the tummy. Nice straight back, so we're not arching it, we're not pushing it into the floor. It's a nice straight back, and we just bring it towards the elbow as we crunch up. off we go. So again, nice, controlled movement, making sure the form's good, squeezing the tummy. And this one again is working that tummy, it's working the waist. Whew. And again, you can go as fast or as slow as you like. Just concentrate on squeezing in that tummy, engaging that core, because that is what's going to make the difference. And that is activity completed. So we have done for the day. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Well done.